What's up guys, Albert down back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to increase your credit score fast. All right guys, let's get straight into it. So the first thing you guys need to understand is what is a credit score? A credit score is just a number that determines how well a person is able to borrow money and then pay it back. The way I basically view the word credit score is another word for trust and responsibility. The banks and lending institutions want to see how much they could trust you and how responsible you are to pay them the money back. The way they do this is through your FICO score and, of course, everything else that goes into your credit report. They're always going to look at this number and your overall report before approving you for anything. In the US, we have 3 different credit bureaus where these lending institutions and banking institutions will look at your data before approving you for anything. These are Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Another thing you guys want to understand is you want to understand the difference between your FICO and your Vantage score. 90% of lenders will look at your FICO score, and these are going to be the things that consist of what builds your FICO score and how to optimize that and increase the score. So 10% of your FICO score is going to be new credit. So every time you guys open up a new credit card, a mortgage, anything credit related, it's going to affect your overall credit age and your average age of accounts. The second thing is 15% is length of credit history. So another thing they're going to be looking at is how long your overall average age of accounts is, and the longer it is, the better. That's why it's always better to start off getting credit at the youngest age possible. As soon as you turn 18, that's the best time to get your first credit card and building up your credit report. So by the time you're in your mid-20s, you guys could leverage that and use it for whatever you guys need, whether that's getting a car, a personal loan, a mortgage, whatever it is that you guys need to use your credit for. Your age, and the longer the age of accounts ages and the older it is, the better it will be for your overall credit report and having a higher FICO score. Another thing is 10% is going to be your credit mix. Your credit mix is basically a mixture of different loan products. This will be a mortgage, credit cards, personal loans. All of that, the more accounts you guys have that are paid off, the better it will be in increasing your FICO score. So you guys don't only just want to have personal credit cards or only just a loan. You guys want to have a mixture, and the more of a mixture you have, the higher your credit score will go. 35% of your score, which is a chunk of your FICO score, is going to be your payment history. So you guys want to make sure you guys never have any late payments and you guys are always on top of your payments and making sure that you guys pay on time every month, understanding what the statement is and all that stuff. And last but not least is 30% amount owed is going to be 30% is going to be what the amount owed is, and this is another word for your utilization. So utilization is going to be how much of your credit is you're currently using. You guys usually want to keep this at around 10% to 5%. So for example, if you guys have a $10,000 credit card, you usually don't want to be using more than $1,000 of that, or sometimes even better is I like to keep mine anywhere from 10 to 5%. There's a lot of people on YouTube that say 30%, but I don't agree with that, and I wouldn't say that's true. The lower you can keep it, under 10%, the better, and this will help you guys out in having a higher FICO score and then leveraging that to get approved for other stuff. So you guys always want to make sure you guys keep the utilization as low as possible and be very responsible and don't borrow more than you could pay back. So if you guys want to join the 800 Club, I would recommend you guys follow this 3-step formula. Pay every bill on time. You guys could use this. You guys could do this by setting up auto pay. Keep your credit utilization as low as possible. Just like what I just went over. And being consistent is key. So you guys want to make sure that you guys do this every month and do this for years in order to build up to the 800 credit score. You guys won't be getting an 800 credit score overnight, obviously. But if you guys want to eventually get up there, you guys want to be making sure you guys are making on-time payments every month and build out the account and do that for years. And the longer it's open with more on-time payments, the higher your credit score will be, right? So what you guys could do to shortcut this process is piggybacking authorized users and trade lines. That's out of the scope of this video. I'll go into that and more in other videos. But those are like some shortcuts you guys could use as well to increase the credit score as fast as possible. So if you want to raise your credit score, follow these tips I've created. Only spend what you have. So be responsible with your money. Don't borrow more than you could pay back and get into paying high credit card interest. You guys want to avoid that at all costs and be very, very responsible and not borrow more than what you could pay back, right? So make sure you guys know what you guys could pay back and only borrow around that. Be strategic about your cards before you apply for them. So make sure you guys go for stuff that makes the most sense. I usually like to start off with like 0% stuff in the beginning, especially when you're building out your credit. So some of my personal favorite cards are Chase, Amex, and Discover. These are the first cards that I started out with. So I definitely recommend you guys start out with these guys with these cards as well. If you're just starting out and you guys want to have a high credit score and build it up, definitely start out with Chase, Amex, and Discover. And last but not least is after you guys built this up, you guys can have fun with your credit and leverage it after you built it up and use OPM, other people's money, to build your wealth. So for those of you that are a little bit understand like financial literacy a little more and all that, you guys could always leverage the bank's money to make investments, whether that's if you guys want to have a business, start a business, get into real estate, you guys could leverage your personal credit report. And then of course you guys could get into business credit, which is something I go over a lot on this channel as well. You guys could leverage your good credit score and get into business credit after. Having a good credit score and credit report is one of the best assets you guys could have in the US. So the earlier you guys could start building it, the better. So you guys could hit that 800 club and leverage that into whatever else you guys want to do with your good credit report, whether that's getting an apartment, getting a mortgage, and just overall making sure you guys have this as an asset and viewing this as a long-term asset, just like you guys would view anything else, and build it up as much as you could so you guys could save on interest and whatever else you guys need in life. Your credit score is going to really, really help you out with that and make sure that you guys aren't overpaying and increase your approval odds. Having bad credit is probably one of the most expensive things you guys could have. So make sure you guys really, really have a good mindset around credit, and it's something that you prioritize and you guys are always making sure that you're on top of and you're not letting anything slip through the cracks, and you're making sure that you have no negatives on the report and you have a very, very good credit score, and you guys plan ahead. So when it's time to apply for something like a personal loan or a mortgage or a car loan, you guys aren't surprised when you guys look at your report and there's something on there that you guys didn't want to see, right? All right, guys, that wraps up this video. I hope you guys had a lot of helpful takeaways and data points, and you guys could increase your credit score as fast as possible. If you guys still haven't joined the community, you guys could join down below. If this helped you guys out, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys here on the next video.